Have you ever wondered how your favorite fermented foods are made? Today we dive into the fascinating world of fermentation. This ancient art, steeped in history, has transformed the way we preserve and enhance the flavors of our foods. From the tang of sauerkraut to the probiotic punch of kimchi, fermentation has been a game changer. And for our homesteading friends, it's a crucial skill for sustainable living. So are you ready to discover more? Join us as we unlock the secrets behind the art of fermentation. To understand the process of fermentation, it helps to know a bit about the science behind it. You see, fermentation is a natural metabolic process that occurs when microorganisms such as yeast and bacteria convert sugars into other substances, like alcohol or lactic acid. This is what gives fermented foods their unique and tangy flavors. Take yogurt, for instance. It's created by introducing specific bacteria to milk, which then feast on the lactose or sugar, producing lactic acid. This acid then coagulates the milk proteins, creating the thick and creamy texture we associate with yogurt. Or consider sauerkraut and kimchi. These are made by submerging cabbage in a brine solution. The naturally present lactic acid bacteria then get to work, transforming the sugars in the cabbage into lactic acid, which acts as a natural preservative and gives these foods their characteristic tang. With this basic understanding of the science, you're ready to start fermenting. Now that you know the science behind fermentation, it's time to learn the basic steps of the process. The first step in fermentation is selecting your ingredients. Remember, quality matters. Fresh, organic produce yields the best results. You'll also need a good quality salt, free of iodine and anti-caking agents, which can interfere with the fermentation process. Next, it's time to prepare your ingredients. This might mean chopping up cabbage for sauerkraut, slicing cucumbers for pickles, or peeling and grating ginger for ginger beer. The size and shape of your produce can affect the fermentation process, so it's important to be consistent. Once your ingredients are prepped, you'll need to create a brine. This is usually just water and salt, but you can also add other flavors like garlic, dill, or chili peppers. The brine is what protects your food from harmful bacteria, while the good bacteria get to work. Now, let's move on to the fermentation process itself. Pack your prepared ingredients into a clean jar, then pour over your brine until everything is submerged. It's crucial that all your ingredients stay under the liquid to avoid mold. You might need to use a weight to keep everything down. Once everything is set up, it's time to wait. Fermentation isn't a speedy process. It can take anywhere from a few days to several weeks, depending on the temperature and the ingredients you've used. So how do you know when your fermentation is complete? The easiest way is to taste it. Fermented foods should taste tangy and a little sour. You might also notice bubbles, a cloudy brine, or a slightly funky smell. All signs of successful fermentation. With these steps, you're well on your way to creating your own fermented foods. The world of fermentation is vast and varied, but with these basics under your belt, you'll be fermenting like a pro in no time. Fermentation is an art, and like any art, it can sometimes be tricky. But don't worry, we've got you covered. Let's start with a common issue, mold growth. If you see mold, it's usually a sign that your container wasn't clean enough or your ferment was exposed to air. To prevent this, ensure your jars are sterilized and your vegetables are fully submerged in brine. Next, off smells. A slight sour smell is normal, but a putrid smell indicates something's gone wrong. This can be due to bad quality produce or incorrect temperatures. Always use fresh, high-quality ingredients and keep your ferments in a cool, dark place. Slow fermentation? This might be because your environment is too cold. Try moving your ferment to a warmer spot, but remember, too much heat can also kill the good bacteria. Lastly, for storage and consumption, refrigerate your finished ferments. This slows down the fermentation and helps your food last longer. Equipped with these tips and tricks, you're ready to tackle any fermentation challenge that comes your way. So there you have it. The fascinating process of fermentation demystified. We've explored the science behind it, walked through the basic steps, and armed you with troubleshooting tips. Remember, fermentation is not just a preservation method, but an art that enhances flavors and boosts nutrition. It's a journey of discovery, full of tangy, probiotic-rich delights. So don't wait. Embark on your fermentation journey today and unlock a world of flavors and health benefits. Until next time, happy fermenting.